What's going on, guys? Welcome to another installment of Chats with Chas. I'm on my way to work and stuck in traffic, so I thought I would make this video for you guys. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the mental aspect of weight loss. We talk a lot about the physical, about things that we couldn't do before versus things we can do now, how much weight we've lost, how much stronger we've gotten, but I think sometimes we fail to mention the mental aspect of being obese or the mental gains that you get from losing weight. For me, for example, before I started on my journey, I would say that there were so many things that affected me mentally that I didn't realize until I started losing weight. One big example would be going out in public places, especially the mall. The mall was the one place that I absolutely avoided and hated to go because every time I went to the mall, I felt like I was being judged or that, people were staring at me because I was overweight. And, in all reality, people probably didn't even notice I was there. And, if they did say something, I wasn't aware of it, so it shouldn't really even matter. But I thought that, I felt that way. And it kind of keeps you from enjoying the moment right then and there. Like, constantly thinking about, oh, are those people staring at me? Are they talking about me? Like, and constantly feeling self-conscious, you don't really get to truly enjoy being in that moment and being with who you're there with. Another example would be going to restaurants or the movie theater. You always scope out a seat. Going to a restaurant, if any time I ever was being sat at a booth, I would always have that little bit of fear, like, am I gonna fit? Is the table going to be movable? And there was at least one or two times where I couldn't sit in the booth because I couldn't fit. And that is devastating. And, another thing about going to restaurants is that any time, I went to a restaurant and I needed to use the restroom, I would see, like, okay, where's the restroom compared to where I'm at? Is it on the opposite side of the restaurant? And if it was on the opposite side of the restaurant, sometimes I didn't go because I didn't want to walk all the way across the restaurant in front of people. And looking back on it, it really makes me sad because you shouldn't think that way. Like, you shouldn't have that fear of walking in, going to the restroom. And, I can name so many things that being overweight affected me mentally. However, now things are totally different mentally. While I do still struggle, I do still have struggles mentally as far as, realizing that I've come so far. For example, and this is kind of my car ride confessions, just for you, Dave. This past week, my exercise was on point. I killed it in the gym. My food, however, not so much. I spent a lot of time with friends, a lot of time hanging out, going out, and when it was all said and done, I got on the scale and weighed myself, and I was up a few pounds. And mentally that messed with me because I felt like I had let myself down, that I had failed on my journey. And the reality of it is, I didn't fail. The reality of it is I had some fun with friends. I let my diet go a little bit, probably a little bit too much, and I needed to jump back on it and just keep going. So I still struggle with that, the fear of failure in that aspect. So that's the thing about being a food addict is if you do have a slip up, or you do have a moment or a week where you're not completely on point with your diet, there are, for me personally, it does kind of affect me still. But I also realize, what, that 1 week is only like a smidgen of the amount of time that this entire journey, or the rest of my life, it's only a smidgen, minuscule amount of time compared to the rest of my life. It's not gonna mess me up. It's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna break me. So that's the thing that I need to realize. And before, I wouldn't have bounced back the way that I did. But now, I feel like I'm a lot stronger mentally. I'm a lot happier. I feel like I'm more my true self. I'm a lot more outgoing, a lot more talkative, a lot more positive. And that is a weird thing too, is like, before I didn't realize, but I don't feel like I had a super positive outlook on life. And now I totally have a super positive outlook on life. I try to look at the bright side of everything, every situation. I'm just genuinely a lot more happier. So those are just some of the things, compared to the way it was before my journey versus the way it is now. It's a lot different. And while I still do feel like every now and then mentally I have a few hang-ups, I definitely am able to turn that thought around and be more positive, and bounce back from any sort of slip-ups I may have, which is something I probably wouldn't have been able to do before. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that, tell you guys a little bit about where I came from mentally versus where I am now. This week, my food is so much better, and my workouts still are just freaking on point. So thank you guys so much for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.